Hey everyone, welcome back. Version 6.0 of Genshin Impact is here, and it's shaping up to be one of the most exciting banners we've had in a while. Two powerful 5-star characters are featured, Lauma and Nahida, alongside 3 solid 4-star units, Barbara, Kuki, and Kaveh. Now before we dive in, here's the main thing you need to know. If you love reaction-based gameplay, this banner is basically a buffet. The devs put Bloom, Hyperbloom, and Burgeon on steroids and said, "Here, go wild." Let's start with the 4 stars. Barbara is the healer we all know and sometimes love, especially when we accidentally freeze ourselves in co-op because of her skill. She's a hydro catalyst who can consistently heal and even buff your active character's attack. Her constellations are where she really shines. At C2, she reduces cooldowns and boosts hydro damage, which makes her healing rotation way smoother. At C6, she gains the ability to revive a fallen teammate with full HP once per fight. That's a rare safety net in Genshin, and honestly, it can be a lifesaver in Spiral Abyss when your main DPS takes one unlucky hit. Next up is Kuki. If Hyperbloom had a brand ambassador, it would be her. Kuki is an electro sword user who heals while applying electro super fast, and her kit scales on both elemental mastery and HP. At Constellation 2, her skill lasts longer, making her uptime fantastic. At C4, she gets a damage bonus tied to her EM, and at C6, she gets an extra AoE slash when her HP dips low. Translation: she's healing you, applying electro non-stop, and also occasionally turning into a lawnmower. If you're serious about Hyperbloom, investing in Kuki is a no-brainer. Then we have Kaveh, our Bloom enthusiast. He's a Dendro Catalyst user who loves setting off Dendro cores. He can heal himself and provide Dendro application, but most of his value is tied to his burst, which means he's a little energy hungry. You're going to want a lot of energy recharge to keep him consistent. His constellations help a ton. At C1, his skill cooldown is shorter. At C2, his damage ramps up when healing is triggered, which happens often with Bloom. And at C6, he basically transforms, boosting the speed and power of his Dendro attacks during his burst. If you like flashy Bloom explosions, C6 Kaveh will not disappoint. Now let's move on to the 5 stars. Lauma, a Dendro catalyst, is built as a reaction support powerhouse. She increases Bloom, Hyperbloom, and Burgeon damage by giving your team more elemental mastery, and she even provides crit rate buffs specifically for these reactions. Add in her wide area Dendro application, and suddenly your reaction teams hit way harder and feel way smoother. She's especially valuable if you don't already own Nahida, but even if you do, Lauma offers unique team-wide buffs that make her a strong partner. Then we have Nahida, the Dendro Archon. By now, you probably know how strong she is, but let's go over it. Nahida provides some of the most consistent and wide-reaching Dendro application in the game, and she buffs electro DPS characters like crazy. She excels in spread and aggravate teams but still works beautifully in Bloom and Hyperbloom setups. While Lauma focuses on buffing reaction damage numbers, Nahida gives you unmatched consistency and flexibility. Together, they basically form the dream team for Dendro reactions. Now let's talk weapons. Lauma's signature weapon, Night Weaver, is designed to make her role even stronger. It boosts elemental mastery and reaction damage, making it her best in slot. Nahida's signature weapon also returns, offering elemental mastery scaling with your party's elements and elemental damage bonuses. If you're planning to main either Lauma or Nahida, their weapons are worth chasing. Among the 4-star weapons, the highlights are the Stringless, which is amazing for reaction-based bow users, the Sacrificial Greatsword, which is great for supports needing extra energy and cooldown resets, and the Flute, which, well, it makes a sound. Not the strongest option, but hey, it's there. So what's the big picture? If you want raw reaction damage buffs, Lauma is incredible. If you want flexible Dendro application and long-term value, Nahida remains one of the best units in the game. On the 4-star side, Kuki is the standout. Barbara is still a strong healer, especially with C2 and C6, and Kaveh is fun but constellation dependent. Here's the engaging takeaway. If you've been waiting to make your reaction teams explode harder than your resin stash on a double XP weekend, this is the patch for you. And before we wrap up, one more fun thought. Imagine pulling Barbara to C6, walking into the abyss, letting your DPS accidentally faint, and reviving them at full health while you sip some water. That's the kind of chaotic safety net only Genshin could give us. That's everything for the version 6.0 banner breakdown. If you found this helpful, make sure to subscribe to the channel, drop a like, and hit the bell so you don't miss future breakdowns. We've got more team guides, farming routes, and character builds coming your way. Thanks for watching and good luck on your pulls.